Good morning to all of you. We are studying about the partnership, and we studied there are different types of partnerships, and we also studied about the different types of partners. And next, we have to study is about the partnership deed. Okay, so you might have heard the word deed. Deed is a kind of agreement. So meaning of deed is means to have an agreement. Partnership deed is an agreement. A partnership is a voluntary association of people who come together for achieving common objectives. In order to enter into a partnership, a clear agreement with respect to the terms and conditions and all aspects concerning the partners is essential so that there is no misunderstanding later among the partners. So, see, like when you are joining together, see, like if a partnership is made. So, when we make a partnership, we have to discuss and make an agreement. The agreement should be clear. We have to make a clear agreement so that the things, whatever things are there, the terms and conditions or whatever we have to do, all the things has to be clear in that, isn't it? So if we are not sure about what we have to do or what are the things to be done, so in such a case, then there will be a lot amount of confusion. So see, what are the things, what are the duties, who will do what, work will be there, everything will be clearly mentioned. And regarding the profit, if there is a profit, how much a profit has to be shared among the people, the partners, and how much has to be retained in the business, and how, in what ratio the profit will be shared. If there is a loss, how it will be shared. If there is an excess money, so see, like if any partners are in need of money, so they have already investing money into the business, and if they are if they need the money, they can take us loan. So that loan, if they are taking withdrawing of money from the company, that is also permitted. And how much they can withdraw. So if they have, imagine that if they have invested 10 lakh, all 10 lakh cannot be withdrawn. So if they have invested 10 lakh, then maybe like 50% or 25% or whatever maybe the percentage or a limit will be set. And if they have taken the money, so some partnership firms, they don't give any interest, and some are giving interest. So we see like it is our own money, but we are taking it out, so we need to pay the interest for that. Okay. So such kind of things are there, and if any financial requirement is there, so additionally any money is required. So there will be so many conditions, so many things are there, and all these type of things has to be considered, or all this has to be making discussion, and after that they have to make a final decision regarding what can be done and how it can be done. All the things will be there, so they make an agreement. Okay. Such an agreement can be oral or written. Even though it is not essential to have a written agreement, it is advisable to have a written agreement as it constitutes an evidence of the condition agreed upon. The written agreement which specifies the terms and conditions that govern the partnership is called the partnership deed. So you can underline that. The written agreement which specifies the terms and conditions of the partnership is called as the partnership deed. So as far as the partnership is concerned, there is no any compulsory that there should be a written agreement. The agreement that they are making can be either written or oral. So that, like we are discussing, so that like that we can make it. So there is no any written agreement like that. So if I see, like if I give you a promise now, so or when we are speaking, see, like we meet each other, so then we make and we speak. And see, some people are there, they give their they never make their mistake in their words that they have given. See, like once if they have promised, they will do it in whatever means. But some people, they don't keep their words. So they speak, they say something, and afterwards they will say that no, I have not said like that. So that kind of people are also there. So we cannot rely on what they have said. Oral agreements are there. Oral agreement is also enough for starting up a partnership, but that cannot be valid. And in front of the court, if you say, see, like if any kind of problem comes, then if you want to go to the court and say that when we started the partnership, he has said like that, and now he is telling that it is not acceptable. So there is no evidence. and there is no valid reason. So if you are going into the court also, there will not be any benefit. Okay. So, but we have to make the agreement written. So, see, like if there is a written agreement, then some more evidence is there. Okay, so there is something evidence, or they will be discussing. They will make it as a written agreement. Normally, it is typed and printed in the bond papers and all are there, or these court papers are there. In that, they will write it and make it as an agreement and get it registered also. So getting registered, we have to study. The next point is about the registration. So even if we make a partnership deed without registration, it has no much validity. Okay, but if it is a written agreement, then we can say that at least you had said like this, and there is a document, there is an evidence in front of the court. The written agreement is not much valid until and unless it is not registered. Okay, but we have an evidence at least. Okay, so if there is a, so when we make the agreement and when we make it as a written one, so that is known as the partnership deed. So it is the agreement which shows the terms and conditions of the partnership. So when we make the partnership, then an agreement is made, and when it is made in the written form, that is called as the partnership deed. Okay, so partnership deed, the written agreement which specifies the terms and conditions that govern the partnership is called the partnership deed. Okay, so if it can be either written or oral, so if it is written, then only we consider it as a partnership deed, and other oral agreement cannot be considered as a partnership deed. Okay, so that will be the terms. But in every business, there is no any single partnership firm which is not making any agreement, because see, like the oral, we know, see, like we are meeting with the people of different types of people are there, different attitudes are there, different mind setups are there. So the attitude of the people can be changed at any time. We cannot expect that the words that they are telling will be maintained. So if there is a written agreement, there will be less chance of confusion. Okay. So as the people may forget also, it is not that they are not doing, but sometimes people may forget what we are telling. You know, so partnership deed generally includes the following aspects. So these are the things that has to be mentioned or shown in the partnership deed. So let us see what are these. Like the name of the firm, nature of business, and location of business. Okay, so what is the name of the firm? If you are starting the partnership firm, what should be the name? And the nature of business, what type of business the business is doing, and location of business, where they are planning to start the business. Duration of business, how long the business will be there. Okay, so like it may be for 5 years or 10 years, or especially this is more important in case of like particular partnerships. So see, for made for particular purpose, then this duration has to be specified. Investment made by each partner, how much investment has been made by each of the partners. So how many members are there, all the members, how much investment they have made. Distribution of profit and losses, what ratio, how we will be distributing the profit and losses. So regarding that, the things has to be specified there. Duties and obligation of the partners, what are the duties of different partners. See, like if there are 3 partners are there, and all these partners will be given different duties, different in charges. See, like one person will be handling the production activities, one person will be doing the marketing activities, and other one will be handling the financial activities. So what are the activities? Like production is there, so he has to handle the production. What are the things that he has to do? What are the duties, responsibilities, obligations? All these type of things will be specified that. Okay. Salaries and withdrawals of the partners. Sometimes imagine, see, like we have studied that all the partners are not managing. Sometimes the partners may not be managing the partnership together. Okay, so one of them may be acting for all. So why one should work, you know? So he should get some salary or some benefit should be there. So like if I am running in the see, like we are 5 of us are making a partnership firm, and if I am running the business, so I am spending all my time. See, like I am having a job, and if I have to leave my job and go and work there, so do all the activities, and I should get another benefit, profit share. Everybody is getting the share of profit, but I should get some additional benefit for doing the work. All the work I am doing by myself, so they will be fixing a salary for doing the work. Okay, so that they will discuss how much has to be given, that they will discuss, and they will be telling. And regarding the withdrawal, so see, like if they are making investments, how much money has to be invested, and how much withdrawal is possible out of the investment that they have made. So like some companies, they give even 100% of the money can be withdrawn, so that will be considered as a loan. And if there is any kind of interest is to be paid, that also will be mentioned in that. Terms governing admission, retirement, and expulsion of a partner. So if any kind of, like if any new partner is to be admitted, so what are the terms and conditions should be there? If a person has to leave the business, then what terms will be there? And expulsion, if the partners are considering, see, like if any of the partners are not following the terms and conditions, then they will be expelled, they will be sent out from the partnership. So if in such a cases, what is the terms, or how a person can be terminated or expelled from the business, that also will be mentioned if they don't follow this one. Interest on capital and interest on drawings. Drawings means the money that we have withdrawn, and interest on capital means the investment that we are making. See, like if I am investing 10 lakh rupees, and how much interest? So some partnership firms, they give interest to the capital invested there. Okay, so they are getting a profit. And if we see, like if one partner is investing more money, so and he is getting equal share of profit only, then there is no much benefit there. So he is investing more money into the capital, into the firm, so he should get some interest. And drawings, if they are withdrawing money from the partnership firm, how much interest will be given for that. Then procedure for the dissolution of the firm. So if the business is, if they are willing to close the business, what procedure will be there? Dissolution of the firm is to close the company. Okay, partnership, they will be closing. So for starting, there is a procedure, and for closing also there is a proper procedure. Preparation of accounts and their auditing, how the accounts will be prepared, who will be preparing that, and what all the things has to be mentioned in that, and how will be the auditing of this one. See, like if a partnership firm or any type of businesses are there, they have to maintain the accounts, and at least once in a year they have to audit it. Okay, auditing has to be there. So any government authorized auditor or a chartered accountant has to be called. As like even in our school, the chartered accountants are coming and staying here for 2 to 3 days, and evaluating all the things, and verifying and certifying that all the financial matters are clear. Okay, and if it is not done, so any kind of like if a tax, see, like any tax investment is coming, or any other kind of problems are there, any investigation is coming, then if we are not maintaining the accounts properly, then we will be caught, and we will have to give fine, or even we have to close the company. Okay, even if we are running the company, if there is a very huge type of disbalances and all are there, if slight mistakes and all are there, then some fine and all we will have to pay. And if very huge amount of illegal transactions and so on are there, then the business has to be closed. So they have to maintain the accounts properly, and it has to be audited. So how it will be maintained, all these things. And method of solving disputes, if there are any kind of confusions, if there, see, like if their business is run by different people, so there is always, there's a chance of disputes and fights or problems or confusions. And if there is any kind of confusions or any kind of problems, how it can be solved, all these type of terms and conditions will be clearly mentioned in the terms and conditions. So these are the things that are included in the partnership deed. So hope you have understood about the partnership deed. Okay, so the next one that we have to study is about the registration. Okay, so registration, see, like we have made a partnership deed, but if that is simply making partnership deed does not have much validity in front of the court. So among the partners, anyhow, there is an agreement, or there is a evidence that they have made all these things. But if it is not registered, there is no much validity. Okay, so registration of a partnership firm means to enter the firm's name along with the relevant prescribed particulars in the register of firms kept with the registrar of firms. It provides conclusive proof of the existence of a partnership firm. So registration means that if there is a registrar of firms, So there is an officer, government authorized officer is there, and he is having a register. Okay. So see, like you might have seen, like if any, like if a birth is there, so birth registration, so you get a birth certificate, you know. So, or if a marriage is there, then there is a marriage certificate, and even when there is a death, there is a death certificate. So the in front of the government, see, like if you have taken the birth, and if your birth is not registered, then you are not considered as a citizen of our country. Okay, so if it is compulsory that if a child is born, then automatically the hospital itself will be getting registered. But imagine, see, like if a person is not born in a hospital, if they are born in their family itself, and if the family members are not getting registered. So in such a case, if the registration is not done, then that person is, or that child is not having any validity in front of the government. Okay, so he is not considered as a citizen of India. Okay, so he is like, there is a time to become a citizen. In order to become citizen of India, he has to grow up to 18 years of age. But if any other type of benefits are to be received, then registration is compulsory. So a child is born, then it has to be registered. So likewise, so if a child is born and if it is not registered, then in the records of in front of the government, there is no person, such a person is not existing. Isn't it? So if until and unless it is getting registered in front of the government, there is no such a person. So in the same way, if a partnership firm is not registered in front of the court, there is no such a partnership firm. If there is a firm, then there is no any evidence to show that this particular firm is there. So once if a firm is, if it is not compulsory to get it registered, but there are some benefits if the partnership is getting registered. So this is there. So registering is the process that we have to give an application to the registrar, saying that the name and other some details have to be mentioned there. So all these things has to be given to the registrar, and the registrar will be entering the name of the firm and along with the prescribed details into the book of or the register of firms. And once if it is entered, then there is a legal validity of this particular partnership firm. It is optional for the partnership firm to get it registered. In case a firm does not get registered, it is deprived of many benefits. The consequences of non-registration of the firm are as follows. So it is not compulsory to get it registered, but if it is not getting registered, there are some kind of problems. So let us see what are the problems of a non-registered firm. A partner of an unregistered firm cannot file a suit against the firm or other partners. See, like if I am starting a business, and if I a partnership business, and my partnership firm is not registered. So if it is a not registered one, and if, see, like if I started the business and it is running for maybe 2 or 3 years, and afterwards the other partners are saying that they will not give me the profit, or they will not say something, is any kind of disputes are there. So I want to file a case against the other partners, but it is not possible until and unless the firm is registered. If the firm is not registered, I cannot file a case against other partners, because in front of the government or in front of the law, there is no such a partnership firm. The existence of the partnership firm is not valid. Do you understand? So because of that, we cannot file a case against the other partners or even against the partnership firm. See, for example, like a Little Flower School is there. So if you are having any kind of it is a registered school, and it is registered, and our society is also registered. So if you have any complaint, you can complain, you can make the complaint against, if you want to file a case against the school, so you can file it in the court. Okay, so there is no any kind of problem, so the formalities will be followed, so such a way it will be there. So if any, or if you are a partner of a firm, and if your partnership is registered, then you can file a case against other partners, or even you can file the case against the partnership firm regarding any kind of issues that you are facing. Okay, so that is a one problem that a partner is facing. So if I am running a business which is not registered, I cannot file a case against other partners. The firm cannot suit against third parties. So like if we are like a partnership firm is there, and we are making agreement or making deal with many other companies. So when if any companies, like imagine, see, if we have given order for a particular product, and they have given wrong product, instead of giving us good product, they are giving wrong product. Okay, or if it's a low quality product is there. So and you have already paid the money, and now they are not willing to give us a good quality product also, and they are not giving us money also. So in such a case, we have to file a case against that company. But if the firm is not registered, then we cannot file a case. Okay, because this partnership firm is not existing if it is not registered. So the firm cannot register the case against the other companies. The firm cannot file a case against the partners. Another thing is actually, like if any one partner is misbehaving or any kind of problems are there. So see, like if there are 10 partners are there, and so 1 or 2 partners are see, like taken the money and went, and they are not giving us money back, or they are not behaving properly, or any kind of issues are there. So if the firm has to file a case against the partners, that is also not possible. Okay. So only thing is that only the problem is that we cannot file a case. So there are 3 types of partners cannot file case against other partners or to the partnership firm. Partnership cannot file case against a third party, and partnership cannot file a case against the partners, existing partners. Okay, so these 3 problems are there. So these are the problems that a firm which is not registered, means that you just have to understand that they cannot file a case against anyone. That is the only matter. So filing case is not possible. Other than that, everything is okay. But you cannot file a case. The partnership cannot file case against others. Partnership cannot file case against the partners, or partners cannot file case against the partnership firm. So anybody cannot file case if it is not registered. That is the only problem. Okay. In view of these consequences, it is therefore advisable to get the firm registered. According to the Indian Partnership Act 1932, the partners may get the firm registered with the registrar of firms of the state in which the firm is situated. The registration can be at the time of formation or at the time during its existence. The procedure. So, and also see that, like since the according to the Partnership Act, it is not compulsory to register the firm, and it is not necessary that if they want to register, see, like if they are starting the business firm, and in the beginning they don't want to register, they are thinking that the things will go on smoothly and there will not be any kind of issues. So we need not to see, like for registration, there is some money expenditure and all is there. So much procedures are there. We have to go to the offices 2-3 times. So much documentation and all is required. So it is not an easy process. Slight activities are required. Some money has to be spent. Some time has to be spent. So all these type of problems are there. Okay. So people, those who are running small businesses and all, they think that there is no need of any registration. Okay. So if they think that, say, like if in the beginning they started it as a very small firm, and if this and at that time they are not willing to register, but if the firm is growing, afterwards they found that the business is increasing and the business is growing and improving. So afterwards, also anytime during its existence, the firm can decide to register. Okay, so it is not necessary. See, like other companies and other type of things are there. It has to be first. It has to register. Then only they can start function. But for partnership, there is no any compulsory like that. So they can register even if they want. They can register in the beginning. If they don't want, they no need to register in the beginning, but they can continue the business during the existence of the business. Anytime they can register, and even if they don't register, also there is no any problem. Okay, only the problem is that they cannot file case against anyone. So if they are considering that there will not be any kind of fight or any kind of problem will not be there, so then they need not to register. Okay, so if the only few partners are there and if all of them are knowing each other, so in such a case is there, then they need not to register. Okay, and if number of partners are more, and if you don't know each other, so in such a cases are there, so in that case the getting registered is better. But nowadays we find that, see, like even brothers sisters are fighting. Only two brothers are in the family, they are fighting each other. So there is a chance of dispute at any time. So we cannot expect what will be the behavior of different people at the different times. So that is why it is always better to get registered. If you are already registered, if the firm is registered, then there is more advantages. Okay, so next we have to study is about the procedure for getting the firm registered. So what procedures are there? So how the firms can be registered? The first work is that submission of application in the prescribed form to the registrar of firms. The application should contain the following particulars. So there is an application form. So that application you have to get from the registrar, and this application form will be there. In that there are some details has to be filled, and it has to be submitted. So the details which have to be mentioned there is like name of the firm, location of the firm, names of the partners, names of other places where the firm carries on business. So like where the business, what is the name of the business, where is the business existing, and which are the areas where the business is going to run. Okay, see, like if the business is, if we are starting the business and we are dealing only like in Haria market, Basti and Faisabad, this much area only we are distributing the products, so that we have to mention. And if afterwards, if we are increasing that, we have to also mention in the register. Okay. Then the date when each partners joined the firm. So date of each partners joining the firm. See, like if there are many partners, like 5 partners are there, so the 3 of them first started. Then after that, they might have added other 2 partners. So when these partners entered into the firm, so that the date has to be mentioned there. And names and address of the partners, name and address of each partners has to be mentioned there, and duration of the partnership. So how long this partnership will be there. Okay, so all these details has to be filled. This application should be signed by all the partners, and after completing all the details, all the partners have to get registered. So all the partners have to put signature on the application. Deposit of required fees with the registrar of firm. So for registration of the firm, see, like based on the capital of the firm, see how much money how much capital the business is having, a particular percentage of that has to be submitted as a fees for the registration. So that fees has to be paid. The registrar, after approval, will make an entry into the register of firms and will subsequently issue a certificate of registration. So once, so the registrar, you have to apply the document there. So from there, then the registrar, registrar, they will send an officer to investigate about the firm. So simply you cannot see, like if you write the name of a firm and submit it, and they will not get it registered. They will come for investigation and they will verify whether there is a firm like this or not. Okay, all these members are there, all the documents entered, all the data are there, these people are there, address of the partners are given. So they will verify whether this person is living there or not. They will investigate about this, whether the firm, where the, according to them, see, like the place of the firm is given there. So whether the firm is existing in that place or not, who all are the partners there, and all these partners addresses, everything they will verify. After verifying and after going through, everything is clear. Then the registrar will enter the name of this firm into the register, and they will give a certificate of registration. So that is a document you will get, and after that you can keep that document in the firm, so that this will be maintained as a record. So when the business is running, then they can keep this document as a record and evidence. Okay, so these are the formalities or procedures for getting the firm registered. So this much we have to study about the regarding the partnership. So regarding partnership we have completed. So now so far we have completed 3 forms of organization. First one we studied about a sole proprietorship. Secondly, we studied about the joint Hindu family business, and the third we have studied about a partnership. Okay. So now if you are having any doubts regarding the topics that we have discussed, you can ask. Any doubts are there or any misunderstanding? Anything is to be cleared? So if you don't have any doubts, any clarification is not required, then we will stop the class for today, and we will continue the class tomorrow. So tomorrow we will be studying about the next type of partnership, next type of business, that is the cooperative society. Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.